Let's go Falcons! Hey yo, batter up, let the bump begin. Solano Falcons, bound to show you how you win. Cause this is our year, man, forget the past. We taking over right now with our pitching staff. Yo, it's game time, so let the games begin. Solano on the field and we gain in a win. Hey yo, it's game time, don't you hear the people chant? Cause this is our house, make way for the champions. Game time.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us here in Fairfield, California at Billy and Louise Yarborough Stadium, home of your Solano Falcons. Today they'll be taking on the Contra Costa College Comets. For Solano College Sports Network, I'm Stephen Babb. Alongside me today is Nate McKay. Now, throughout the game today, we'll be joined by other Solano College broadcast students to talk a little bit about the program here. But before we get to that, Nate, let's talk a little bit about the teams, and I'll start with you and the Falcons.
Well, Stephen, for the Falcons today, if their hitting can continue to be a problem to the opponent, then all they really need to worry about is their pitching this afternoon, as the Comets are 2-8 in their last 10 games this season, and Solano can easily come away with the win if they can rely on Danny Zaldivar to be an ace on the mound today against the Comets team batting .218 on the year, along with 330 strikeouts as well.
Now, Mark Jones is towing the rubber for Contra Costa, and today for the Comets, it's going to be important for them to get guys on base and put up some early runs to have a chance at besting the red-hot Falcons, who have won 7 in a row and have outscored their opponents 67-19 in those 7 games. Now, the Comets, in their last 3 games that they've lost, they've been outscored 32-11, but you know what? You can't always go by what's on paper. Anything can happen in baseball out there on the diamond. Now, let's go ahead and meet the starting lineup for Contra Costa. Leading off is center fielder Darius Foster, then Michael Jameson out in left field, Brian Perez at second base. Batting cleanup as Lucas Ab is playing shortstop today. Ben Youngbluth is behind the dish. Ike Brown at third base. Connor Rudy playing first. Matt Weiss will be their DH today, followed up in the 9th spot by Josh Hamilton. Now let's meet your Solano Falcons.
Isaiah Verrett, sophomore, Army High School.
Nick Dodson, sophomore, Judson Siena High School.
Cameron Michael, sophomore, Judson Siena High School.
Hey.
Bryce Probalinski, sophomore, Liberty High School.
Kyle Krebs, sophomore, Carson High School.
Dan Goldensoff, sophomore, Oak Creek High School.
Alex Lepard, freshman, Army High School.
Nick Roach, freshman, Westwood High School.
George Hernandez, freshman, River City High School.
Danny Zaldivar, sophomore, Vanden High School.
So leading it off for the Contra Costa Comets, we've got Darius Foster as we get this game underway on a nice sunny day here in Fairfield. Looks like it's supposed to be about 82 degrees. We've got a little bit of a breeze blowing straight away to left field, and watching batting practice say there is some carry out there to left, which could mean some long shots hit out there by our right-handed hitters.
Yeah, most definitely, especially on this very beautiful day.
Darius Foster. So we've got Darius hitting .211, but there is some pop in his bat as he's got 2 home runs, 6 triples, 5 doubles, and an impressive 34 stolen bases. So a great leadoff hitter for the Comets. And the first pitch of the game is in there at the knees for a called strike 1.
On the mound for your Falcons is Danny Zaldivar, the sophomore right-handed pitcher. Has a 4.44 ERA so far with 48 strikeouts on the season so far for the Falcons.
And the second pitch just misses outside. Even up the count at 1-1. Speaking of Danny Zaldivar, all conference teams were announced today, and Danny made honorable mention for that list. And the 1-1 pitch. Low and outside. So 2-1 is the count now to Foster.
Yeah, now for this at-bat for Foster, facing with the 2-1 count. Really got to stay patient right here as he's got the advantage if Zaldivar is not going to give him the right pitch.
And that misses low and outside as well. So 3 pitches low and outside from Zaldivar.
Yeah, Zaldivar really is about due up to try to find that strike zone right here.
And that is hit, but softly into center field. Isaiah Verrett won't be able to get there to make a play. Fields it on a 1 hop. And that's how the Comets get this game started, with a leadoff single from Darius Foster. Up next will be left fielder Michael Jamison. Jamison's hitting an impressive .290 with 3 doubles. And he's also got 16 stolen bases. So these first 2 batters for Contra Costa, some speed out there on the paths.
And they definitely want to take advantage of that here earlier in the inning.
It's a good lead over there by Foster. And the first pitch to Jamison. And jumping up is Goldenstoff, looking Foster back to first. Looks like that pitch also just missed, so 1-0 the count now to Jamison.
Yeah, Zaldivar's trying to find the strike zone.
And there goes Foster, and that does not get there in time, so that's stolen base number 35.
Yeah, you were talking about it. If Foster's given the right jump, he's going to make a chance over there at second base, and he did. Now runner in scoring position with no outs here for the Comets.
So a 2-0 count now to Jamison. And going is Foster. Throwing down to third is Goldenstoff, and it's not in time. So that's 2 stolen bases back to back, and just like that, the Comets have something cooking here with a runner on third and no outs.
And, that's really impressive, the fact that you're able to make your way from first to third in this at-bat alone with a 2-1 count here in the top of the first inning. As Zaldivar will look to regroup here on this next pitch.
And Foster taking a nice healthy lead over there at third. I would be impressed if we saw a still of home plate.
Yeah, and if ball gets past Goldenstoff, then most definitely Foster will try to make a jump at home.
The next pitch from Zaldivar, swing and a miss. So the count is now full to Michael Jamison.
Yeah, good job from Zaldivar to get Jamison chasing on that last pitch.
Zaldivar shakes off the first sign, agrees with the second. And the full count pitch is swung on and popped up in the infield. Looks like that's first baseman Krebs making the play, and he does. So a great play there by Kyle Krebs over at first.
Yeah, good job getting underneath that one, battling the sun a little bit, as it is definitely showing in both the infield and the outfield today.
So with a runner on third and 1 away, that's going to bring up second baseman Brian Perez. Perez hitting .276 with 3 home runs. And that is fouled straight back.
And Perez is the second best hitter on the Comets at the moment with that .276 average you were talking about, Steven.
And the 0-1 pitch from Zaldivar. And that breaking pitch is in there for a called strike 2.
So good job from Zaldivar. He's found the strike zone twice so far at this at-bat. Strikeout will be key here, especially with 2 outs with a runner on third.
Yeah, with one away, it'd be important to get that second out of this top half of the first inning. And the pitch, and that is fouled straight back. So the count's going to stay at 0-2 to Brian Perez. I have a feeling a fly ball to the outfield here by Perez is definitely going to score Foster on a tag up.
Yeah, most definitely, but we need to see Perez get a crack at it on this pitch.
And that misses a little low, so 1-2 now to Perez.
That was a good eye from Perez. Pitch is low. Knew he wasn't going to get a good chance to get out to the outfield and try to score a run.
One and two now to Perez, and that breaking ball misses. So quickly the count is even at 2-2. Foster over there at third is definitely putting some pressure on the Solano defense. Golden soft behind the plate. Can't let anything get past him here. As Perez calls time and steps out. A little regroup. Breeze is picking up out there a little bit. It's fortunate for us.
Yeah, most definitely. Always good to have a nice breeze going through the booth today.
And the pitch is swung on and missed for a key strikeout from Zaldivar. So Brian Perez goes down swinging for the second out of the inning. That's going to bring up shortstop Lucas Abbas.
Now batting Lucas Abbas.
You know, this is a team for the Comets. You know, they just really struggle with going against pitchers with 331 and counting strikeouts now on the year.
Lucas has a batting average of 231 with 12 RBIs as that pitch gets in there for a called strike one.
As now we're starting to see Zaldivar consistently find the strike zone in his last two batters.
Foster taking a healthy lead out there at third as that pitch misses. So 1-1 the count now to Abbas.
And Foster has remained calm over there on third base. Trying to find the right time.
And the pitch from Zaldivar, and that breaking ball is in there for a called strike two. Another strikeout would be key here. Leave a runner stranded.
Yeah, no, if you're Danny Zaldivar, you need the strikeout right here to avoid any runs being brought in.
And that is swung on and a hit out into right field. Starting in, but then moving out is Hernandez and making the catch to end the inning. Great play out there in right field by George Hernandez. So that's going to do it for this inning. Due up is the top of the lineup: Isaiah Verrett, Nick Dotson, and Cameron Michael.
What's up, fam? I'm Danny Zaldivar. Thanks for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
So, Zaldivar was able to pitch himself out of a little bit of trouble after letting the leadoff hitter reach base. So no runs. We're at 0-0 here to start off the bottom half of the first inning. We'll also be acknowledging some Bay Valley Conference Players of the Year. So leading off for the Falcons is All-Conference first-team outfielder Isaiah Verrett. So Isaiah's hitting .309 with a homer, 3 triples, 6 doubles, as he squares around a bunt, and that pitch misses high. 1-0.
On the mound for the Comets today is Dean Jones, the freshman right-handed pitcher, has an 11.49 ERA this season to go along with 47 strikeouts.
Yeah, and an 0-7 record. It's come in 15 times. 9 of those have been starts. The 1-0 pitch, that misses low and outside. So 2-0 now to Verrett. Oh, sorry, 3-0. And there is a 4-pitch walk to lead off the game for the Falcons.
Yeah, so that pitch from Jones really not been able to find the strike zone in his first at-bat. So good for Solano to get a runner on with no outs here in the bottom of the first.
That'll bring up second baseman Nick Dodson. Nick's hitting .213 this season. And that pitch in there for a call, strike 1. Now Verrett is the speediest base runner for the Falcons with 10 stolen bases. It's a decent lead over there at first. And that pitch is high and tight, 1-1.
Yeah, no, if you're Dotson with 20 hits on the season, definitely want to get a good rally going if you're.
And there goes Verrett running towards second, and that is away and out into center, but Verrett's going to stay put. A lot of theft out there today. That's Verrett's 11th stolen base on the year.
Yeah, good piece of base running from Isaiah Verrett on that one.
Be nice to see if the 2 center fielders can battle it out. See who can steal the most bags. Foster's already got 2. Verrett just took his first. And that is hit to the shortstop, Abbas. And he throws it to third to get the lead runner, Isaiah Verrett, thrown out at third. So Dotson reaches on a fielder's choice.
Yeah, and a good job from Mike Brown over there at third for the Comets to identify where the runner was going and making sure they get the tag to avoid any runner being in scoring position for the Solano.
Yeah, if you get a chance, it's always good to get the lead runner. That's going to bring up DH Cameron Michael, who's all-conference honorable mention for Bay Valley. And that is swung on and fouled back. There's going to be 1 on and 1 out for Michael, and an 0-1 count. On deck is Bryce Problinski, second team infield all-conference. 1-1 now to Michael.
Yeah, that was a really high pitch from Dean Jones, making it a 1-1 count.
And that is hit sharply out into right field. Going back is Hamilton. Back, and to the fence it goes over Hamilton's head. There goes Dotson rounding third. He is going to make it in home. Safe head first slide as Cameron Michael gets the double. And the Falcons take a quick 1-0 lead here in the bottom half of the first inning.
Now batting number 20.
Yeah, good job from Dotson. Good base running to make all the way home, as Brian Perez over there at second for the Comets just really took a long time to throw it over to Ben Jungbluth, giving Solano a 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the first.
That's going to bring up third baseman today, Bryce Priblinski. And that pitch misses low and outside.
And that last hit from Cameron Michael was his 14th double on the season.
And the 1-0 pitch. Cameron out there taking a nice, healthy lead at second. As that pitch also misses. 2-0 now to Priblinski.
And if given the right pitch, Priblinski's got a good chance to bring Michael home.
And that is hit sharply down the left field line and just foul. That definitely would have scored Michael from second and been extra bags for Bryce. Instead, it's a 2-1 count now.
Yeah, just stay patient at this at-bat. Try to find the right pitch if you're Priblinski, as you already have a runner in scoring position with 1 out. This is really a perfect situation if you're Solano.
And that pitch misses high.
Yeah,
3-1 pitch.
Yeah, with the 3-1 count, it'd be interesting to see if he tries to chase here.
And that is hit into right field. Looks like he's got a beat on it, though, is Josh Hamilton, and he throws it in. Cameron stays put at second. So 2 outs now for all-conference infielder Kyle Krebs.
Now batting number 24. Kyle Krebs.
So 2 on and 1 out. Excuse me, 2 outs and 1 on for Krebs. And that pitch misses high. So I'm going to try to keep it as mistake-free as I can today. It's our last broadcast out here at Solano.
Yeah, we all make those mistakes, but on the season for Kyle Krebs, he's batting .313. He's also got 33 RBIs, so I'm sure he would love to get his 34th RBI here if he's given the chance.
And that pitch misses inside. So a quick 2-0 count now to Kyle. Jones looks in, gets set. And the 2-0 pitch. And that is in there for a called strike 1. So 2-1 now, the count to Krebs.
Yeah, now Dean Jones has to feel relieved to finally find that strike zone with a 2-1 count here with 2 outs.
And that misses low and outside. So 3-1 now to Krebs. Out there at short, Abbas, and second, Perez not holding on Michael. So anything hit into the outfield on the ground, he's going to score. And that is hit, but softly over to Ike Brown at third, and the throw over to Connor Rudy to end the inning, but not before Solano can put 1 up on the board. Coming up in the top half of the second inning will be Youngbluth, Brown, and Rudy.
Nathan Farmer here with the Solano College update. Finals are right around the corner, and that means we need to know this semester's final schedule. Finals week starts May 17th for day classes and runs to the 23rd. However, night class finals start May 16th and go through the 22nd. Night finals occur the first regularly scheduled class period of finals week, but for day classes, refer to the Solano website or ask your professor. Good luck on your finals. For SCSN, I'm Nathan Farmer.
So Comets catcher Ben Youngblood to start off the top half of this second inning. Comets down 1-0. And that first pitch of the second is in there for a called strike.
The freshman catcher on the season for the Comets is batting .232.
And that breaking ball misses just high to even up the count, 1-1. And swing and a miss there by Youngblood, 1-2. Looks like the defense alignment got Krebs over there hugging the line at first. Same with Pribs at third. Outfield playing pretty straight up. And that breaking ball is hit into right field. It's going to drop. Hernandez is there. So with a leadoff single for the second time in the game for the Comets, it's going to bring up third baseman Ike Brown, who ended the bottom half of the first inning.
And that last hit from Youngblood is his 30th hit on the season for the Comets. He's definitely been one of their key hitters so far this season.
Youngblood has 4 stolen bases. Let's see if the Comets try to get him moving here early as he takes quite a lead, and that breaking ball misses high. 1-0 now to Ike Brown.
Yeah, and another situation for Zaldivar with a runner on base with no outs.
And there's Zaldivar checking over on Youngblood, and he's back in time. So the 1-0 pitch. Zaldivar delivers, and that is in the dirt. Goldensoft kept it in front of him, but not before Youngblood can take second.
And Youngblood didn't get quite a good jump on that. It was just Goldensoft. The ball just got away from him and wasn't able to get a good grip on it and throw over to second.
2-0 count now to Brown. Now with the runner in scoring position. And a swing and a miss there by Brown. So 2-1 now.
Yeah, solid pitch from Zaldivar to get Ike Brown chasing on that last pitch.
Got Dotson over there at second, covering the bag, trying to keep Youngblood honest at second base. The pitch from Zaldivar, and that just misses outside. 3-1 now.
That was a low pitch from Zaldivar now as he's got himself in the 3-1 hit count with this at bat against Ike Brown.
Zaldivar gets set. Checks the runner and the pitch, and that is hit. But right at third baseman Pribs throws over to first in time and gets him. Bryce looking back, Youngblood at second, still having enough time to get Brown out at first. So that's 1 on and 1 out now for Connor Rudy.
Another freshman for the Comets who is batting .222 on the season. And this is only his 10th at-bat on the season so far for the Comets.
And the pitch from Zaldivar, and that breaking ball misses. Rudy playing first base for Contra Costa.
Yeah, they're definitely giving him more playing time with only those 9 plate appearances so far this season.
And Danny steps off, wants to talk over the signs with Goldensoff. So the Comets have done a good job of putting the pressure on the Falcon defense early in the inning. So we've already seen 3 stolen bases from Contra Costa. Back-to-back leadoff singles in the first and the top of the second.
Yeah, they have shown today that they have been very aggressive when it comes to being on base.
We got the 1-0 count. And the delivery from Zaldivar, and that is hit back. Foul. To even up the count, 1-1. Zaldivar checks for the signs and gets set. And that pitch misses low. It's a good eye there by Rudy.
Yeah, it really was, and he almost chased at that pitch as well. Decided to pull back at the last second.
2-1 count, runner on second. Only 1 away. Pitch from Zaldivar, and that misses high. So the last 2 batters that Zaldivar has faced, he's having a little bit of trouble finding that zone.
Yeah, another 3-1 count, so got to see if Connor Rudy's going to get a chance to swing the bat if he's given the right pitch.
And that is knee-high outside corner. Rudy does not agree, but he's going to come back with a full count.
Yeah, he was on his way over to first base. The home plate umpire thought otherwise.
Good job by Danny to work himself back into the count. Checks the runner in the 3-2 pitch. And that is hit but foul and out of play. A reset here, 3-2.
Yeah, don't blame Rudy for swinging at that one right down the middle. Just not able to get it in play.
Have a nice crowd here braving the sun. See a few umbrellas. Thankfully, we are under a pop-up. The sun's brutal out here today. Pray for our camera men and women. And that pitch is hit and another foul back out of play.
Yeah, so now we got a battle between Connor Rudy and Danny Zaldivar right here.
Speaking of our camera men and women, Solano College offers a sports broadcasting program for communications credits here at our main campus in Fairfield. A class that we all take a part of here on the broadcast. And that is hit right back up the middle, but there to cover is Dotson, looking over to first and gets it in time. What a fantastic play up the middle by Nick Dotson. But not before Young Blues can advance to third.
Yeah, and still a solid throw from Dotson. Able to beat the runner and deliver the second out of the top of the second inning.
So a runner on third and 2 out for designated hitter Matt Weiss. And first pitch swinging, but foul back and out of play. So yeah, a little bit more on our program here at Solano College. You get the opportunity to work cameras, production, and be on the call for live sporting events, as well as have access to our full television studios. There's the second pitch there from Zaldivar misses high, where you've got the opportunity to create your own original content and conduct interviews in a professional setting. All of our content is up on YouTube. Search our professor Greg Poff, that's Gregpoff, as that is hit foul and out of play. So 1-2 now is the count to Matt Weiss.
Yeah, Matt Weiss, the freshman, fairly decent hitter, batting .286 on the season, with this being his 29th at-bat.
So this is the second inning in a row that Comets have been able to put a runner on third. That pitch is swung on and also fouled back. So Matt Weiss is doing a good job of seeing the ball here. Just not able to put it in play yet.
Yeah, and he really is. And also, he has not had an RBI this season in the 29 at-bats. So he has a chance to get his first one here if he's able to the right pitch.
And that breaking ball misses low. That's going to even up the count at 2-2. Weiss with his back pocket hanging out. Interesting uniform strategy here. And that is just inside. But it misses, so 3-2 now is the count.
Yeah, he hits that inside corner, making it now a full count for Matt Weiss.
And that breaking ball is in there for a call strike, 3 to end the inning. Matt Weiss not too happy about that one. That's going to do it. The Comets leave another runner stranded on third base. That's going to bring up for the Falcons in the bottom half of the inning. We've got Gannon Goldensoff, Alex Part, and Nick Roche.
Hey, it's Gannon Goldensoff. Thank you for watching Solano College Sports Network.
Catcher Goldensoff here to lead off the bottom half of the inning. Solano leads 1-0 over the Contra Costa Comets. We've got Baby Shark for Goldensoff. I'm sorry to all the parents of small children in the stands, as we've all heard this many, many times before. And the first pitch from Dean Jones. And that is hit and fouled out of play.
As Goldensoff on the season's batting .275 with a .319 slugging percentage. He's also got 19 RBIs in this final game of the season.
And the 0-1 pitch misses high to even up the count at 1-1.
And as for Dean Jones on the mound, he's definitely looking for a scoreless inning here.
And that misses in. 2-1 the count. Got Alex Papard on deck. Nick Roach in the hole. Wind has shifted a little bit now, left to right. As that pitch misses, so 3-1 now.
That last pitch was low in the corner. Jones looking to find the strike zone on this next one.
And he doesn't, so a leadoff walk for Goldensoft.
Now batting Alex Papard.
So shortstop Alex Papard stepping into the box. Alex is hitting .314 on the season, leading the team with 5 home runs. As I mentioned before, there is some carry out there to left field as he looks at a first pitch low and away. 1-0. And that is inside now. 2-0 the count.
Yeah, Papard has had a good eye in his last 2 pitches thrown from Dean Jones.
To go along with those 5 home runs, he's got 2 triples and 8 doubles. And that is hit sharply, but right at the shortstop, Abbas, who's playing on a hop and goes right underneath. And that's going to put Goldensoft at third, and reaching safely with a single is Alex Papard.
Yeah, just not what you want to do if you're Lucas Abbas over there at the shortstop. Just was able to find the ball, get his glove down, and end result puts runners in the corners here with no outs.
It's going to bring up all-conference second team, Nick Roach. Now, Nick is also freshman pitcher of the year as he steps into the box, left-handed hitter. Roach is hitting .255. And out there on the mound, he posted a .332 ERA, a 3-4 record in 12 appearances. As that is hit softly to Brown. Brown looks back the runner, but scoring is Goldensoft. So the runners advance. A runner comes in. Papard makes his way down to second.
And a good job from Goldensoft to really make his way over to from third to home, and took advantage of Ike Brown taking a long time to throw over to first.
So Roach reaches on a single. It's going to bring up the 9th hitter, George Hernandez, playing right field out there for Solano. Jorge Hernandez, right-handed hitter. And that breaking ball misses, so 1-0 the count now to Hernandez. Two on and still no outs here. And that is hit sharply into center, right center. Going back is Foster. Foster, but not able to get it. The ball goes to the wall. Nick Roach making his way around third. Excuse me, Roach now around third. Papard around, and Papard slides, but not under the tag. Great tag there by Youngbluth, as Papard was able to make it around third safely, and Roach was not.
Yeah, but still give Nick Roach some credit. Making his way from first all the way to home, trying to beat out that tag. Not able to, just missed it.
So we've got an RBI double from Jorge Hernandez. That's going to bring up the top of the order, Isaiah Verrett, who walked and had a stolen base in his first at-bat to lead off the game for Solano. Jones looks back at the runner, and the pitch is a little low, little outside. That was Hernandez's third double on the year, and only 6th RBI, as that pitch misses low and inside this time. 2-0 the count now to Verrett. And a 3-0 count now is all 3 pitches were low.
Yeah, Dean Jones is starting to really struggle here. in the bottom of the second inning, going up against the Solano hitters.
And he finds that in there for a strike. So 3-1 now. Verrett taking all the way. The pitch from Jones and a swing and fouled, tipped to work into a full count now. So we've got a runner on second, 1 out, and a full count to Verrett as he steps back in the box.
And I'm sure Verrett will have a good eye at this next pitch.
Jones gets set and delivers, and that is hit sharply, and unable to grab it is Brown at third. Hernandez will stop at third, and Isaiah reaches first safely. That's going to bring up Nick Dotson. Nick reached on a fielder's choice back in the first inning. He's got a runner on the corners with only 1 out for the Falcons, who've already put up 2 here in the bottom half of the second to lead the Contra Costa Comets 3-0 as Jungbluth steps out to give some signs to the infield. According to his walk-up music, Dotson wishes he was just a little bit taller. A pitch from Jones, and that is fouled. I would have to disagree with the song, though. I think Dotson is a bit of a baller out there. So the 0-1 pitch now from Jones.
And he can be a big baller if he's bringing 2 runs.
As he looks Verrett over at first. Verrett already has 1 stolen base on the day, but able to get back safely. Pitch from Jones, and that misses a little high, so that'll even up the count. 1-1 now to Dotson.
Yeah, Jones really just has to remain focused here.
And that is hit high in shallow center. Coming in to make the play is Foster, and he does. But tagging up was Hernandez, and he's able to get in. So Dotson with a nice sacrifice fly. 4-0 now, or 4-0 now. The Falcons. That's going to bring up the DH Cameron Michael. Verrett will stay at first. Jones smartly cut it off, that throw in from Foster, to keep Verrett from advancing to second. Michael hit a double in his first at-bat.
And he was also able to bring in a run, making it a 2-0 Solano lead. But now, here we are in the bottom of the second with 4-0.
And that is hit sharply into right field. Going back is Hamilton. Back, and wave goodbye. Cameron Michael with a 2-run shot here in the bottom half of the second. Solano now will go up 6-0. And what a shot by Cameron Michael out there to right field.
Yeah, no, he hit a far one on this last at-bat, as that one looked like it was going to go, but this time he was given the right pitch. Inside middle corner, able to drive that into right field and deliver a big-time home run, making it 6-0 here in the bottom of the second.
That's Michael's first home run on the season. So I was going to bring up Bryce Problinski, who popped out to right his first at-bat, and he's going to take a pitch low. And his second pitch he'll look at low. So a quick 2-0 count now to Pribs. As I mentioned before the game, there is some carry out there to the outfield. The wind's starting to pick up just a little bit. 2-0 pitch, and that is swung into the 5-6 hole. And reaching on a single is Bryce Problinski. That's going to bring up Kyle Krebs.
Now batting number 24.
And Dean Jones just cannot get out of this second inning for the Comets.
Kyle Krebs.
Got 2 out now for Krebs, 1 on. As Jones wants to step off the mound and kind of collect himself here.
You know, Solano's hitting has really been on point during their 7-game win streak. And I said in the intro, you know, really if their hitting is able to get off to a good start, then they really have to just rely on their pitching.
And that pitch is just low. So 1-0 count now to Krebs.
As their hitting today for Solano has not been an issue. Already jumping out to a 6-0 lead.
As Jones is struggling a little bit here to find the zone. 2-0 count now to Krebs. And a 3-0 count now. That's 5 balls in a row from Dean.
Yeah, another low pitch. Just really struggling to find that strike zone.
And taking all the way is Kyle. 3-1 now the count.
Yeah, good eye from Krebs as that just barely made it to the zone.
And that is hit to third baseman Brown. Brown over to first to end the inning, but not before a 2-run shot from Cameron Michael to put the Falcons up 6-0. Coming up in the top half of the third inning will be the 9th spot, Josh Hamilton, bringing us to the top of the order, Foster and Jamison.
Hello, I'm Seth Brown here with your Solano News Update. Solano Theater presents My Fair Lady beginning on April 5th and running to April 28th. For details and to purchase tickets, go to solano.edu/theater. Good news for students, spring break is coming up and starting on April 15th and ending on the 21st. And if you have time that Friday, come and see Solano Baseball taking on Marin. Priority registration for summer and fall classes begins April 22nd. For your registration date, check your My Solano account under the Student tab. Finals begins May 16th for evening classes, while general classes begin on the 17th. For specific times and locations, check with your professor. Graduation will be held on the 23rd, so be sure to get your cap, gowns, and tassels while supplies last. Finally, please be aware that the school will be closed on May 27th for Memorial Day. This has been your Solano News Update. I'm Seth Brown. Thank you.
Here we are at the top half of the third inning. Josh Hamilton leading off for the Comets.
Josh Hamilton.
The Falcons out to a 6-0 lead. First pitch from Zaldivar, swing and a miss from Hamilton. The last 2 innings, the Comets have left a runner stranded at third.
And Hamilton for the Comets in his 34th at-bat. Really struggling with a 152 batting average.
Looks like we've got some activity over in the Contra Costa bullpen. The 0-1 pitch, and that's fouled straight back. So 0-2 now is the count to Josh Hamilton. Hamilton's had a little bit of a work cut out for him out there in right field. He also was able to watch that 2-run shot sail. And the 0-2 pitch misses high. And the 1-2 pitch from Zaldivar, and that is fouled straight back. Trying to see who that is out there in the bullpen for Contra Costa. So we look at the 1-2 pitch, and that breaking ball is in there for a call strike 3 for the third K for Zaldivar today. 2 of them have been looking. I was going to bring up the top of the order. Darius Foster. Darius reached with a single in his first at-bat, stole second and stole third.
Darius Foster.
Got an impressive 36 stolen bases on the season.
Yeah, he was in scoring position with no outs in the top of the first inning for the Comets, but unfortunately for them, they weren't able to bring him home.
Yeah, it was a good job by Zaldivar to pitch himself out of that trouble, and that is fouled back.
Heads up. As Foster looks to start, hopefully get things going for the Comets, as they really need to start getting their hits in.
And he squares around a bunt, but that pitch misses high. Foster's able to pull it back in time, so 1-1 now is the count.
And give credit to Zaldivar so far on the day. Only 2 hits allowed.
They were both leadoff hits in the first and second, and that is outside. So 2-1 now the count to Foster.
However, no leadoff hits in this inning for the Comets, as Zaldivar was able to get a start with that last strikeout.
That is hit high, shallow center, and there to make the catch is Papard, coming in last second to save the day. Everybody was shielding the sun on that one. It was hard to tell who was going to get it, but it was Alex. I was going to bring up Michael Jamison, who popped out to Krebs over at first, back in the top half of the first inning.
Yeah, and Jameson, their best hitter so far on the season with the 290 average.
And that is hit high down the right field line. And not able to slide and make the catch was Jorge Hernandez, but a great effort there sliding in the bullpen for a very long foul ball by Jamison. So 0-1 the count now.
Yeah, really daring effort from Hernandez to slide down and try to make that catch. Have to love the effort out there in right field from him.
And that is breaking ball in the dirt, but swing and a miss from Jamison. So 0-2 now the count. The 0-2 pitch from Zaldivar, and laying off of it was Jamison. Good eye there. Now 1-2 the count.
And a special shout out to our scorekeeper who was able to identify the pitcher in the bullpen for the Comets. That is Lorenzo Peterson, the sophomore right-handed pitcher.
And that misses inside. 2-2. Yeah, Peterson started 7 games, 19 appearances. He's got an 0-6 record with a 12.64 ERA. The 2-2 pitch is fouled back and out of play.
As Jameson's really battling against Zaldivar in his at-bat. But for Danny, I'm sure what's all in his mind right here is to get the last out of the inning and get back to work on the hitting. And that just misses the strike zone, making it a 3-2 count.
So good job by Jamison to work back to a full count.
Yeah, he took a really big risk because that could have easily been a called strike.
Another pitch fouled back. So reset here, 3-2. See if the Comets send Jones back out in the bottom half of the inning.
That's so funny.
The pitch from Zaldivar. And that breaking ball is hit, but over to Papard, who throws over to Krebs at first to end the inning. So that's going to do it. 3 up, 3 down for Zaldivar. Coming up in the bottom of the inning will be Goldensoft, Papard, and Roach.
Hi, I'm Alex Papard, and thank you for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
So from the bullpen to the mound, Lorenzo Peterson here to start off the bottom half of the 3rd inning. The Falcons lead 6-0. We've got the catcher Goldensoft leading off. He walked to start off the 2nd inning.
And Lorenzo Peterson on the mound now for the Comets. So a new pitcher for Contra Costa here in the bottom of the 3rd inning.
And the pitch is first pitch swinging, high pop-up in the infield. Second baseman Perez there to shield the sun and make the catch. So 1 pitch, 1 away for for Peterson to start off the bottom half of the 3rd.
Now batting Alex Papard.
It's going to bring up shortstop Alex Papard. He reached on an error back in the 2nd. And that pitch misses high.
And what's interesting also about Peterson, he remains without a win. He is 0-6 so far this season.
So 2-0 is the count now to Alex. The delivery from Lorenzo, and that misses, so 3-0. Peterson looks in and delivers with a 4-pitch walk to Papard.
definitely not the thing, not something that the Comets were hoping for, a 4-pitch walk.
It's going to bring up Roach, who reached on a single back in the second. So we've got 1 on and 1 away here. Freshman pitcher of the year. Bad and bougie is his walk-up sign. Nick Roach steps in. And with a healthy lead over there, Papard gets back. 1-0 to Nick.
As we're starting to see a lot of high pitches from Lorenzo so far.
That also misses high. 2-0 now the count. A little bit of a mound visit out there from Youngbluth, talking it over with the reliever, Peterson. 6 straight balls now from Peterson. Roach steps back in the box with a 2-0 count. And that is their belt high outside corner. First strike of the inning. So 2-1 now to Nick.
Yeah, Lorenzo's got to feel happy to finally find that strike zone.
And that just misses low.
And back to missing the strike zone for Peterson. Now making it a 3-1 count with 1 out.
Decent lead over there at first by Papard. And the 3-1 pitch. And that is hit, but softly over to Abbas. Abbas grabs it and throws over to first for the second out of the inning, but not before Papard makes his way down to first.
Yeah, Papard had a good jump, but I still think you could have had a chance at a double play, so very interesting there. Now you have a runner in scoring position with 2 outs.
That's going to bring up the 9th hitter with 2 out and a runner in scoring position, Jorge Hernandez, who doubled in his first at-bat back in the second inning. It's nothing but a G thing for Jorge. Little Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg walk-up music. As Peterson gets set and steps off. Big lead over there at second from Papard. And that pitch misses, or excuse me, it was in there for a call strike 1.
Yeah, so a good way to start off the at-bat for Lorenzo Peterson. First pitch strike.
And the pitch is in the dirt. Even up a count 1-1.
And as I was saying that ball low in the dirt. So very interesting now. You have a 1-1 count here.
And that gets away from Youngbluth. Making his way over to third is Papard. Coming in to cover was Peterson. But Papard's going to stay over at third. So 2-1 now the count to Hernandez.
Yeah, only the 4th stolen base on the year for Alex Papard.
So now 2 out, runner on third. A bit of a gap there up the middle. Defense is playing to pull, and that is fouled back. 2-2 now.
Yeah, and this is the last chance, if you're Lorenzo Peterson, to get out of this inning with no run scored. As a hit here will extend the lead 7-0 for Solano.
And And that just misses low. So full count now to Hernandez. And the full count pitch is swung on and hit, but softly over to Abbas. Abbas over to first to end the inning. That's going to do it for the Falcons, who leave one stranded on third. Due up in the top half of the fourth, we've got Perez, Abbas, and Youngbluth.
If you have an interest in a career in sports broadcasting,
whether it's behind the scenes or on camera,
then this is the class for you.
Class is held every Wednesday from 1:30 to 4:30 in room 121 alongside the library building.
For more information, contact Greg Poff. That's me at solano.edu.
We hope to see you here next semester. And remember,
It's more than just sports. It's an education.
As we come back to start the top half of the fourth inning, Brian Perez steps in, who struck out in his first at-bat. Before we get to that, I'd like to introduce Nathan Farmer, who's joining us in the booth. How's it going, Nathan?
Doing pretty good. Glad to be back in the booth here, even if it's just for a couple innings here.
And that breaking ball is in there for a called strike one. So are you a student here in the sports broadcasting program?
Yes.
How are you liking it so far?
It's been very fun. It's probably my favorite class I've taken here at Solano.
And that misses. What got you interested in sports broadcasting?
Honestly, just like watching Giants games. You know, Kruk and Kipe, they're the best in the business. They're just super fun to listen to. I mean, they basically got me interested in sports.
And that is hit just foul. That one was close. Would have been extra bases for Perez. Yeah, I completely agree. I've listened to Kruk and Kipe for forever, and they really make this profession sound like a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Do you follow any other teams in any other sports?
Watched the Niners, Sharks. That Game 7 the other night was pretty crazy with the Sharks.
I tell you that, most definitely.
And Papard backhands that and throws over to first in time.
Play.
Great play there by Alex Papard.
And he just makes it look real easy out there at short.
Brandon Crawford-esque.
Yep.
I was going to bring up Lucas Abbas, shortstop for Contra Costa. He flew out to right field in his first at-bat, and that pitch is in there. 0-1 the count.
Yeah, Abbas has some power out there.
And that is hit, but softly back up the middle. Papard is there, flings it over to first for 2 outs.
So far in this inning, we've seen Papard get his work cut out with back-to-back balls hitting right straight to him and a clean throw to first in those 2.
I'll bring up the catcher, Youngbluth, who singled and has a stolen base back in the second. So what's your favorite part about the sports broadcasting program?
Probably just the being in on the broadcast. Like when I was a kid, I had the MVP Baseball 2005. It had Kruk and Kipe on the game there, and that just made me really want to get into broadcasting.
We'll pick up on the rest of that story when we come back in the bottom half of the inning, as that was a high fly ball hit, and Nick Dotson put it away to end it. Coming up will be the top half of the order. The Falcons lead 6-0.
Hey, I'm Isaiah Verrett. Thanks for watching Solano College Sports Network.
top of the order for Solano, Verrett, Dotson, Michael to lead it off here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. So, Nathan, you were saying video games when we ended the last inning. So, video games kind of got you interested in this?
Yeah, just when I was a kid, like I would just pretend I was the play-by-play announcer, you know, just as I'm playing the game, pretend I'm like, yeah.
That pitch misses high, 1-0. So about the class, what have you been able to do so far, and maybe what stands out to you?
I've done mostly camera work, but I have been able to do a couple of baseball games here in the booth, a couple color commentary, and one play-by-play, and it was definitely a little harder than I expected, but definitely a very enjoyable experience.
2-0 count now to Verrett, and that is swung on and hit high into left field. Back there is Jamison, has a beat on it, and makes the catch. So 1 away here in the bottom of the 4th. It's going to bring up Nick Dodson. It's definitely a lot harder than what they make it seem in the pros.
Now batting Nick Dodson.
Dotson reached on a fielder's choice and had a sacrifice fly back in the 2nd inning. Pitch from Lorenzo misses just high. What'd you find most challenging on broadcasting?
Just remembering the players and what positions they're playing. It's a little hard to keep up with that sometimes. But yeah, just getting the hang of that.
1-1 pitch. Now 2-1 to Nick. After the broadcast, I'll have to let you in on some secrets. I cheat a lot. And that is hit over to the shortstop. Fields it up cleanly. Over to first, and not in time as the speedy Dotson is able to run out the throw.
Quite surprising in my opinion. I think that should have been a second out of the inning.
Seemed like a generous call there.
As coming up, Michael Cameron is coming up for Solano as they talk about that infield hit. We'll take another look at his 2-run shot back in the 2nd inning. The lefty crushes it out to right field, and it is high and back as we get to see Hamilton making his way to the fence just to watch that sail over. A great piece of hitting there by Cameron Michael.
Yeah, I didn't think that one was going to have enough distance coming off the bat. It didn't sound like he it almost sounded like he got jammed a little bit.
Yeah, a lot of carry out there today. That was his first home run of the year, a 2-run shot. As they're going to say Dotson was safe at first. And that is outside, so 1-0 now to Michael. What's been your favorite part about camera work?
Oh, just getting to see all the action just from a different perspective, I guess. Getting to see kind of like what I would see when I'm watching like a Giants game or a Niners game or something.
2-0 now to Cameron. Yeah, it's watching, I think professional sports kind of gives you a better handle after you've done the camera for, the first time and then going back and watching something else. Another broadcast and kind of seeing how it goes is a 2-1 count now to Michael. And that is hit down the right field line, sailing out of play and just past Connor Rudy over there making a charge.
We're here with Nathan Farmer now. When it comes to camera work, do you find it a little bit challenging?
It was at first, but just honestly, just like having that experience of having watched sports growing up, I knew what was supposed to be shown, so it was pretty easy for me to pick it up.
Yeah, I did a couple basketball games last fall, and going back and watching the pros, you get to see how much the camera actually moves in a pro broadcast, but it's such a wide shot you can't really tell. So I felt a little bit better about my horrible camera work.
Yeah, like when I was watching the Warriors game the other day, I was kind of getting irritated with the whoever was doing like the main camera on the broadcast, because they kept zooming in like whenever there'd be like a play at the basket. It's like that's like not your job. That like what Pop has taught us. You don't really zoom in at all with the main camera.
Now you get to criticize them. Now you get to criticize the pros.
Yeah.
As Cameron Michael works a walk, so that's going to be 2 on and 1 out for third baseman Bryce Priblinski, who's popped out and reached on a single here today. Yeah, until you start making a paycheck, you can't really criticize too much.
Yeah.
And that is hit sharply into left field. Going back is Jamison. Back, and wave goodbye again. Bryce Priblinski with a 3-1 shot out into left field. And that's going to put the Falcons up 9-0. As that first pitch swinging, very aggressive by Bryce, but it paid off here in the 4th.
Yeah, give him his 3rd home run on the season. Good piece of hitting so far we have seen from Solano throughout the entire game so far.
Yeah, Solano definitely wanted to end the game on end the season on a good note here. They already have 9-0 here in the 4th.
Kyle Krebs, the first baseman, steps in now. He has grounded out twice to the third baseman Brown.
Yeah, ending it on a good note, most definitely has. They're taking advantage of Contra Costa's poor pitching.
And that breaking ball is in there for a called strike 1.
Yeah, I was on the call for the one of the games against Contra Costa earlier this year. I think it was ended up being 17-14. So it's definitely far from over, even though Contra Costa hasn't been playing very well of late.
Yeah, they really need to get their hits started if they want to try to come back in this one, as they're down 9-0.
1-1 the count. And that pitch low and outside. So 2-1 now to Kyle Krebs. Krebs is yet to hit a home run this year. If I was him, I'd maybe trying to look to go back-to-back here. And that is hit, but a shot out to center. It's going to drop on a 1-hop. Foster fields it and throws it back in. So Kyle Krebs will reach with a single. It's going to bring up the catcher, Gannon Goldensoff. Goldensoff has walked and popped out to second base, so he's 0 for 1 so far today. He's got a 1 on and 1 out.
Yeah, and I'm sure he'll love to join the mix and getting a hit.
And that pitch misses just low. 1-0. Krebs has 3 stolen bases on the year, so maybe not a big threat, but taking a lead over there. And that is hit sharply into right field. Back. Going back, it's Hamilton. Over his head, it's going to reach the wall. He plays it off the wall, throws it in, and the runners are going to hold up. Some smart base running there as...
Just noticed that Bobby Meadows is now the third base coach out there.
Yeah, Krebs
held up the stop sign there.
Yeah, Krebs wanted to stretch it out and try to score. So that's a stand-up double from Goldensoff. So we've got 2 runners in scoring position for Alex Papard. It was a good job by Krebs to put on the brakes there. Play at the plate would not have been close. And first pitch swinging, that is high in foul territory. And making the play, great grab there by Connor Rudy over by the Comets dugout.
Definitely can get a little tricky over there by the dugouts because there is a portion of the dirt that isn't in play, so he stayed in play there.
Yeah, good job there by Rudy. It's going to bring up Nick Roach, who's 1 for 2. So 2 on and 2 out for Roach. And the pitch from Peterson. And that is first pitch swinging, but fouled on the left field line. Roach a little late on that one, maybe trying to go the other way. The 0-1 pitch, and that is hit into center field, but softly moving back was Foster, diving in and making the catch to end the inning. Great play there by center fielder Darius Foster to stop the damage here in the bottom half of the fourth, but not before the Falcons. And Bryce Priblinski with a 3-1 shot, so 9-0 lead coming up. For the Comets in the top half of the fifth is Ike Brown, Connor Rudy, and Matt Weiss.
This is Nate McKay with a Solano College Sports Update. Zion Williamson's career at Duke has come to a close. After losing to Michigan State in the Elite Eight, Zion is now heading to the NBA. But that's not the only thing about to happen for the 18-year-old freshman. He will now have the option to commit to signing with a sneaker company before June's draft, in which multiple sources say that he has a chance to join Kevin Durant and LeBron James as one of the highest rookie sneaker endorsers in NBA history, as a $100 million contract could very well be offered to the soon-to-be NBA rookie heading into this year's draft. It will be an all-out bidding war with major brands like Nike and Adidas doing whatever it takes to have Zion a part of their brand. For Solano College Sports Network, I'm Nate McKay.
As we look at Ike Brown stepping in the booth, I'd like to say thank you to Nathan Farmer, and at this time, welcome in Jasmine Constantine. How's it going, Jasmine?
Pretty good.
And that is first pitch swinging softly over to Pribs. Pribs gathers, throws over to first, and it's in time. A great play there by Bryce Priblinski. So 1 out, 1 away now for Connor Rudy. So how do you like the sports broadcasting program, Jasmine?
It's pretty fun. It's kind of challenging at first, and yeah, but it's pretty fun though.
It's gonna bring up Connor Rudy, who grounded out to second in his first at bat. What's your favorite part about it?
I just like the production aspect of the class.
Behind the cameras.
Mhm.
Have you had a chance to be in front of the cameras? You do podcasting, right?
No.
No?
I'm like always behind the camera.
You're always behind the camera. Which is actually more important than being in front of the camera.
Yeah.
And that is hit, fouled on the left field line. So 1 and 2 now to Rudy. See, I'm actually horrible behind the camera.
Same.
As long as I can talk and talk and talk, that's usually where I'm at my best. It's the 1-2 pitch. That breaking ball misses outside, so 2 and 2 now to Rudy.
I think that's why they put us on the broadcast, Steven.
That, and I almost refuse to work the camera.
Yeah, I'm like the complete opposite. I like being behind the camera.
And that is a swinging strikeout there from Rudy. That is the 4th strikeout for Zaldivar today, and that's going to bring up the DH Matt Weiss, who was another strikeout victim back in the 2nd. Yeah, that's what makes broadcasting fun, is there's always people that enjoy either side, so everything always seems to work out.
Yeah.
As that is hit over to Dotson. Dotson fields it throws it over to first to end the inning, as that was a quick 1-2-3 for Zaldivar. We come back. The Falcons lead 9-0.
Hi, I'm George Hernandez. Thank you for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
As we start the bottom half of the fifth inning, Hernandez, Verrett, Dodson for the Falcons. Now, Jasmine, has there been a particular game or a memory that will stand out to you in the spring semester?
I think my first time ever doing a basketball broadcast. Yeah, that was pretty interesting.
Was there a particular, maybe a shot or camera angle that you got that you were happy with?
Can't really put one in my memory at the moment.
Not a problem. Is first pitch swinging Hernandez will reach on a single. It's going to bring up Isaiah Verrett. Yeah, it's always kind of interesting, you know, the first game that you do, it kind of goes by in a blur.
Yeah.
But as you go on, you get more and more comfortable.
So then I'll go ahead and ask you this. How did you enjoy doing camera work for basketball?
It was pretty fun. It was like really fast paced. I like baseball. It's kind of slow.
See, broadcasting, I prefer baseball because it's so slow. It gives me a chance to correct my mistakes. There's a lot of them. It's a 0-1 count now to Verrett. And that's a quick 0-2. So if you were to recommend this program to somebody that's listening, what would you say?
I mean, if you like sports and like watching sports, I think this class is really good for that because you can learn the work that is like put out there, you know?
And that just nicks Verrett as he'll make his way down to first. That's going to bring up Nick Dotson with 2 on and no out here in the bottom of the fifth. Yeah, so somebody that likes sports, likes to watch sports, but I'd even kind of say anybody that would maybe be interested in camera work or production of sports, because I think those two things can translate over into basically anything, TV, film. And the first pitch misses to Dodson.
Yeah, you don't have to have a passion for sports. As long as you have an interest in doing camera work or really anything like that, you know, this is the right class for you to take.
Yeah.
And that is hit, but right at shortstop Abbas, who doubles up Hernandez there at second for 2 outs on that double play. That's going to bring up Cameron Michael.
Could have almost been a rare triple play as well.
Now batting Cameron Michael.
Cameron's got a double, a 2-run home run, is also walked. So 1 on and 2 out now for Michael.
Yeah, he's done a good job of remaining perfect so far on the day.
Now, Jasmine, are you going to continue on with the program?
Yeah, I'm actually going to plan on taking a sports production during the summer. And then continue like doubling up with sports broadcasting and production during the fall.
In the fall classes?
Yeah, before I graduate.
And that is hit but fouled on the right field line. Yeah, so sports broadcasting also offers programs in the summer, and we'll follow up again in the fall. It's a year-round program. And to catch any of our broadcasts, in-studio interviews, and original programming, you can see that on YouTube. Just search for our Professor Greg Poff, that's Grepoff, as that breaking ball is hit sharply to Brown at third. Brown throws over to first to end the inning. So the Comets able to escape with no damage done here as they come up to start off the top half of the 6th inning. It'll be Weiss, Hamilton, and Foster.
What's up, guys? I'm Brandon Kyle here with a Solano College campus update. Are you struggling with a subject, a math problem, an essay, studying for a quiz or exam? Well, the Academic Success and Tutoring Center is here for you. The ASTC is a service provided by Solano College to aid students with tutoring, support, and resources to help their academic growth. Interested in becoming a peer tutor and helping your fellow students achieve more? Well, you're in luck. The ASTC is currently accepting applications for students that wish to give back and help tutor those in need of a little assistance in a variety of subjects. As the late former President Ronald Reagan once said, "We can't help everyone, but everyone can help someone." So if you're interested in giving back to your fellow student, head to the Student Services section on the Solano College website and apply today. This has been Brandon Kyle with another Solano College campus update.
So to lead it off for the Comets will be the 9th spot, Josh Hamilton, followed by Foster and Jamison. I'd like to say thank you to Jasmine Constantine, who has left the booth to make way for Melanie Fuller. How you doing, Melanie?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Fantastic. It's a great day here out at Solano College. The first pitch from Zaldivar is swung on and hit into right center. And going around for 2 is Hamilton, and he's going to take third. Oh, and puts on the brakes, and he's No, I'm not sure about that call. He was called safe. From here he was out, and I'm only 150 feet away. But it looks like he's going to stay at second with a double, a leadoff double here for Contra Costa. We're going to take another look at that here on the replay.
Yeah, unfortunately
he
the
slips, and it didn't look like he got his hand in there. But that's okay. So leadoff double for Contra Costa. That's going to bring up the leadoff hitter, Darius Foster. We've seen to end an inning making a nice diving catch.
Yeah, unfortunately there's no replay review in junior college sports.
That's fine. So, Melanie, have you taken the sports broadcasting program before? Are you currently taking it?
I was one of the first people to finish with the Certified Technical Education Program.
Very nice.
And that was 2 years ago.
And what are your favorite memories from the program?
Oh my gosh, we have so much. I've made some of my best friends in this class that I still talk to today. Poff is a lot easier on you guys now, that's for sure. My best memory probably was just being in the class. We just spent so much time together. We spent almost every day together. Poff let us in the studio whenever. We spent every weekend together doing football. My favorite memory was probably 2016 doing the Hall of Fame for Solano.
Very nice.
Those were some of my best interviews I put out, so I just feel really confident about that.
As that was a single into the 3-4 hole. Holding up at third is Hamilton, but reaching safely is Foster. So that's going to be 2 on and no outs for the left fielder, Michael Jamison. Yeah, I've been in this program now this is my 3rd semester, and I did summer program last year. Pop was hard on us there in the beginning, too. So
Pop used to make me cry all the time, but it taught me how to be stronger, because when you're in the field and you're really using your education, you have to learn that people are going to be tough on you and things aren't always going to go your way.
yeah, I completely agree. I'm not going to say on air that he made me cry. Maybe we could talk about that later. And they're going to let Foster take second as Golden Saw faked a throw down to second to see if he could get Hamilton running.
Yeah, I don't think I've experienced the situation where I've cried during the program.
It's okay to lie.
I'm sensitive.
Tears of joy, maybe, but that's about it.
I don't believe Mr. McKay. That's going to be Foster's 37th stolen base on the year. As that breaking ball is going to reach through the gap between first and second. It's going to score a run as Hamilton comes in. Foster is over at third, so 9-1 now. That's going to bring up Brian Perez, who's 0 for 2 on the day. Timeout called by Golden Saw. Oh, and coach is going to come out and talk to Zaldivar.
As that's Anthony Ramos in the bullpen for Solano, the freshman. He's only had 10 appearances so far and has failed to win a game so far. He is 0 of 1 on the season.
So, Melanie, what have you done in the broadcasting program? Have you done broadcasts in front of the camera? Have you
I've done
behind?
everything except TriCaster. So my favorite, I got my nose bit off by a dog 2 years ago. So I was really into doing like the in-game reporting. But then after my accident, I really found my passion for production. So my goal is now, if I don't continue with in-game reporting, I want to be a camera woman for a Major League Baseball team.
Nice.
Do you have a favorite baseball team?
I'm from the Bay, so I love the Giants. My goal was to be the next Amy G, but now I want to be just a camera woman. I think it's really cool just being able to see like what goes into producing a show, and you know, people don't realize how hard it actually is. And I just think that being able to watch the game through the lens is one of the funnest things.
We've got a pinch hitter for Contra Costa. It's Casey Edmonds stepping in for Perez. So he scores around a bunt, and Jameson's going to take second base. As we've got Foster now on third and Jameson at second. And an 0-1 count now to Casey Edmonds. The next pitch from Zaldivar. And that is hit, but softly. Back to Zaldivar. He's not going to be able to field it cleanly. And that's going to score Foster from third. So 2 runs now here in the top half of the 6th inning, as Jameson will make his way over to third base, and Edmonds reaches safely on an infield hit. Now, I casually know Amy G. She's amazing. And I'll tell you, she's actually a lot more involved on production and what goes on behind the scenes for what she does over at now Oracle Park.
I know, it's so weird saying that, huh?
Yeah, you got Pac Bell, AT&T, and now Oracle Park.
SBC squeezed in there too, as Zaldivar will throw over to third, but Edmonds back safely. And that misses low and inside, so 1-0 now to Lucas Abbas, who stepped into the box. Lucas is over 2 on the day. And throwing down to second, and not in time, as Golden Soft had been hesitating and faking the throw down to second. This time he throws it, but Edmonds is able to take the bag.
Yeah, you know, Nick Dotson was just not able to get his glove on the runner.
So there's 2 runners now in scoring position with no outs here in the top of the 6th. So 1-0 count now to Abbas. And that is hit down the left field line and just foul by about 5 feet. as Roach was making his way over there. So 1-1 now is the count to Abbas.
And, I think it's safe to say that the Comets have really started to woken up here in the top of the 6th inning with 2 on and no out here.
So how was, you said you didn't get a chance to work with the TriCaster yet?
I have in
you
the
have?
studio, but
Okay.
not really like in depth like what Brian does. We had a girl named Tiana in my class, and she was more into doing the TriCaster.
And that was a chopper hit over to Dotson. That's going to score Jamison, and Edmonds will take third as Dotson was able to throw out Abbas at first. Yeah, I don't think anybody can really do what Brian Nelson
No.
does on the TriCaster. Shout out to our producer, Brian Nelson, who does a fantastic job here with the broadcast at Solano. As Ben Youngbluth steps in and looks at a first pitch strike. 9-3 now, as the Comets have put 3 runs up here in the top of the 6th. Yeah, it's a little different in studio than out in the field. And that is just foul past third. 0-2 now to Youngbluth.
And Youngbluth down right here, as it looks like that might have hit him low in the knee as he shakes it off right here.
He might have fouled it off his shin there. So yeah, using TriCaster experience outside of school is really valuable because not a lot of people have experience working with a TriCaster.
Yeah, I believe when I was in the program, only 25 people in California were TriCaster certified. And we actually had a field trip once during class where we were able to meet with a guy who travels across the country covering pro tennis matches. And that was pretty neat. He showed us his whole bus and his whole TriCaster setup. And he just goes year-round all throughout the country covering tennis, and he does it all by himself.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of opportunity there and a lot of chances to take what you learn in this program and actually take it out there into the real world and really apply it right outside of right out of school.
The thing that kept me here, my family moved to Auburn after I graduated high school. And I told my mom, I have to stay in Fairfield for this program. It's the only program in the nation at a community college where you get this level of, knowledge. And she was like, I don't believe you. Look it up. Google it. And I Googled it for her. She's like, okay, we're going to find you a place to rent. You're going to stay in Fairfield. You're going to get this education. And even going down to San Diego, I lived there to finish school. They don't have stuff like this. And San Diego is the number 4 broadcast capital in the nation. They don't have opportunities like this where you get to learn at the community college level or the college level even, if you're not applying for your own internship. So it's pretty much a free education,
And that is hit sharply right back up the middle on a 1-2 count. That's going to score Edmonds from third. And Youngbluth will reach with a single, his second of the day. So my wife actually decided for me to go back to school.
Yeah.
And she found the program here at Solano and signed me up for classes and basically told me to show up. That's kind of how I started with this program, and I couldn't be happier with it. And she also did the research and looked online to see where the best opportunities were for sports broadcasting. Her and I kind of talked about it. But I'm lazy, and I couldn't pull the trigger, so she did it for me. Ike Brown now steps into the box for Contra Costa. Yeah, and it is really an elite program that they have here, especially at the junior college level. And what's neat about the broadcasting program is you earn communications credits. So if you're going for your associates in communications, this is a great place to get those credits.
And POF lets you do whatever you want. If you want the time to invest in yourself, he really pushes you to. And that's the one thing I really love about him as a teacher, because not a lot of teachers will push you and be like, hey, I really see your talent and you need to know your worth. So he's a great teacher, and he developed this program for his son, and look at how big it's grown,
Yeah, he's definitely very encouraging, and he is very good at spotting talent in individuals and helping them really make the most of it, is that's a 1-2 count now to Ike Brown. I wouldn't say he lets you do whatever you want.
Not whatever, but to a certain extent. If you have an idea, he'll try to make it, he'll be realistic with you, but
absolutely,
he tries to make your idea come to life, and not a lot of teachers give you that creative development.
No, I couldn't agree with you more. And he's definitely open to hearing what your ideas are, and then kind of helping, mold them and maybe making them a better idea. Because he's got experience doing this now for a while, so he's really able to help students out. As that is hit sharply, but there is Papard throwing over to first, but not in time. Youngbluth is going to be safe at second. Ike Brown safe at first on an infield single.
Yeah, Solano is really struggling with their defense and pitching. In the top of the sixth inning, as that 3-2 pitch from Zaldivar to Ike Brown was able to get him over there at first to put 2 runs on with one out here.
That was a great job by Papard, though, as that was hit hard into the gap. He did a really good job of keeping it from going into left field, allowing the runners to possibly advance farther. As Connor Rudy steps into the box now for the Comets. He's 0 for 2 on the day. He's got 2 on and 1 out. Contra Costa has been able to put 4 runs up here on the top of the 6th. Falcons lead 9-4 now. It's the pitch from Zaldivar. And Goldensoft's going to go out and have a little chat as the count now is 1-0 to Rudy. So, Melanie, were you able to take advantage of the television studios, maybe do some interviews or create some shows?
Yeah, so we would do a lot of commercials. So commercials were my thing. I loved doing commercials. Then whenever we would have a new team come in, I would do like their interviews. We would do the production for that and just kind of get to know them. But probably my favorite thing to do in the studio is when the baseball team comes in and we do their intros, because you kind of get to see their personalities and see how they react together as a team. So that's pretty fun.
Yeah, I haven't had the chance to do that yet. It always seems like softball would be pretty fun to do that for. Those girls seem to have a lot of fun doing what they do.
Yeah.
That breaking ball was swung on but missed, so 1-1 count now to Rudy.
Yeah, I met my best friend, Kylie Larson. She used to play on Solano's softball team. I met her through broadcast. So I've made a lot of great friendships just interacting with some of the players and people I still talk to this day, and I haven't been here for 2 years. So it's a good time.
That pitch misses high, so 2-1 out of Connor. It's definitely a good time, and this program is just—it's a lot of fun getting this kind of experience. And that is hit high over behind third base. Papard is there, shielding his eyes, and makes the catch. Great play there by Alex Papard at shortstop. So 2 outs now with 2 runners on for the DH, Matt Weiss.
Yeah, that sort of stops the bleeding just a little bit here with 2 outs now, with 2 runners on. You still got a 9-4 lead, but I'm sure Solano's got to feel good getting that second out here in the top of the 6th inning.
There's a long way left in this game. A lot of baseball to be played here. Zaldivar looks in, and the pitch is low. Good job by Goldensoft not to let that get past him. So 1-0 now to Matt. So what are you doing now?
So I moved back from San Diego. I'm waiting to get into college. I've gotten accepted to a few. I'm still waiting to hear back from Long Beach. That's my dream school. I'm going to major in communications and then try to find a broadcasting job out there. The one thing that I haven't taken from this program is using my CTE for, you could get a job right after you use it or right after you get it. And that's the one thing, like, finding that motivation after my dog bite. So I'm getting back in, and I just really want to be able to move down to LA, find a good broadcasting job, and still being able to finish my education.
That sounds like a good plan. 2-1 count now to Weiss. What were you doing in San Diego?
I was finishing school, so I went to another community college out there called Southwestern, and I was taking media classes out there. I met Jerry McCormick. He worked for Fox 5. He got an Emmy for doing the Boston bombing marathon. So working with him was pretty cool.
As Matt Weiss hit that sharply to Pribbs over at third, and Pribbs able to get the force out to end the inning. Right before the Comets put 4 up on the board. 9-4 now is the Falcons' lead. And Melanie, will you be sticking around, or is that going to do it for you? All right.
I will be back.
All right, we'll talk to you more in the bottom half of the 6th inning when we return.
Hi, I'm Bryce Problinski, and thank you for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
We're back here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Bryce Problinski starting off. We've also seen him end the top half of the inning. So we're going to take another look at Bryce's home run. And that was hit deep into left field. That was his 3rd home run of the year. As he looks at ball 1. We've also got a new pitcher for Contra Costa. That's Mark Jones out there on the rubber. In 18 appearances in 1 start, he's got a 2-2 record with a 7.52 ERA. The 1-0 pitch is hacked, but missed by Pribb. So 1-1 now is the count. So what appeals to you about Southern California, Melanie?
The weather is beautiful. You could play baseball year-round in San Diego. I went to Petco Park a lot. I made sure I got the most out of going to games. I practically lived there. So just being able to see other sports and just...
That is hit high into center field. But playing a little bit to the left is Darius Foster's. That's going to reach the fence, and Pribbs reaches with a leadoff single here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Yeah, I agree. San Diego is beautiful.
Yeah, I just went back for my spring break last week, and I went to another game at Petco Park, and I love Oracle, but Petco Park is the most beautiful ballpark in the nation, probably.
It's all right. No, it's fantastic. It's no Oracle Park, but it's nice. It feels like Oracle Park when they're playing the Giants because there's a lot of Giants fans down in San Diego.
No matter where you go, you will always find Bay Area fans everywhere.
Kyle Krebs now steps in the box with no outs and a runner on second, as that is in there for a called strike 1. Yeah, my wife went to college in San Diego at SDSU, and we went to a reunion for her sorority back in December. Even in December, it was nice.
Yeah.
And that is hit over to Perez at second. So 1 away, but Problinski makes his way down to third. Gannon Goldensoft now up for Solano. Goldensoft is walking up to Baby Shark once again. Sorry, parents of toddlers. I've been able to block this from my daughter's iPad.
Number 21, Baby Shark in the catcher position for your Falcons.
And that's why he fouled it straight back.
They need to play him the R&B version.
There's an R&B version, Melanie?
Yes, it's really good. I listen to it on my free time.
Maybe I should listen to that one. Because Doot 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 is not doing it for me. As that just misses now. 1-1 to Golden Soft.
Yeah, we would play it on the broadcast, but I think that song is copyrighted.
And I won't let you. As the 1-1 pitch, 2-1 now as that misses low and inside. So we've got a runner on third. That is Bryce Problinski. 1 out, 9-4. Solano leads. And the pitch from Jones. And that is hit softly into right field. Charging in is Hamilton and not able to get there. Pribs is going to score. But Golden Soft's going to hold up at first. So 10-4 now.
Yeah, it was really able to drop nicely into the middle of right field as Perez and Hamilton just couldn't really communicate well and deciding who was going to catch that.
Calling him Perez, but I think that's Edmonds out there now. And that is swung on a foul back, Alex Papard. First pitch swinging. Yeah, so Casey Edmonds has replaced Perez. I think so. I can't see his number. Yeah. Okay, so it is Casey Edmonds at second has replaced Perez. And that is a shot into right center. Hamilton's there to cut it off and to keep Golden Soft at second. So a 1-out single there by Alex Papard. So 2 on now for Nick Roach stepping in. Roach is 1 for 3 on the day. So Mark Jones having a little bit of a rocky start here to the bottom half of the 6th. And that pitch misses just a bit outside. So we know you like baseball. Any other sports that you like to cheer for?
Basketball. I
Basketball?
am not a football fan.
And I assume the Warriors are your favorite team?
Of course.
Okay.
I love Roz Gold. If baseball doesn't work out for me, I'm going to be the next Roz Gold.
Roz is amazing.
Yeah, I went to the Warriors parade 2 years ago and saw her live. She's amazing. She's really great. Just watching her chemistry on camera, she's like a natural.
She absolutely is. She I have a friend that owns a restaurant called Hazel in San Francisco, and that was her favorite restaurant while she was here before she left for TNT. As that pitch hits the outside corner, 1-2 now to Roach. And so I had the opportunity to ask him, I'm like, hey, how is Rosgo really? Like, how is she? And he said she couldn't be more fantastic. She's just such a nice person. And that is hit but foul down the left field line. So, it's always encouraging when you hear those kinds of things about people that are on TV or athletes or people in movies, just to kind of hear about their actual personality.
Yeah, like even at the Warriors parade, she was wearing the most beautiful dress, but she had her sneakers on.
I've been out to all the parades, and it's a long day.
It's a fun day, though.
Absolutely. 2-2 now to Roach. 3-2 now to Roach.
Yeah, as a Kings fan, we don't experience those, so.
Yes, but you guys have a new young team, and maybe you will in a couple years.
We're in a tough situation right now with our coach. I don't feel like talking about that, so.
And that is dribbled, and it looks like it's going to be an infield hit there by Roach as everybody is safe. So 3 singles in a row. It's going to bring up Jorge Hernandez with 1 out and bases loaded. Yeah, I think you were too young, Nate, the last time the Kings really had success. It was a good time, though.
Yeah, it was really. I mean, I was 2 years old 2002 team. That's a really great team from the Chris Webber, Lottie Divock, Peja, Mike Bibby. Unfortunate refs, but rebuilding core right now. Fox, Heald, and Bagley look good. So
don't forget white chocolate Jason Williams.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
The pitch from Jones misses high. No, and it's unfortunate that they had to go up against Kobe and Shaq.
Yeah. But if it wasn't for the Jason Williams and Mike Bibby trade, Mike Bibby would have not hit that huge Game 5 shot to give the Kings the win.
And a quick 2-0 count now to Hernandez. Young Bluth's going to go out there and have a talk.
It's a very interesting situation now for Solano with bases loaded here with 1 out. You can really start to add on more to your lead with it being 10-4 here in the bottom of the 6th.
The wind is definitely picking up now, so there's going to be a lot more carry to the outfield. So, Melanie, have you made it to all 3 of the Warriors parades?
I've made it to 2.
The first one, I hope.
I made it to that one and then the past one.
Okay. As long as you make it to the first one, as it's 3-0 now to Hernandez, as Brian says, they're all in the past.
Well, the last one that they won, Brian.
And that's going to walk in a run as Hernandez takes a 4-pitch walk. That's going to bring up the top of the order. Isaiah Verrett, who is the last at-bat, was hit by a pitch. And he's looking at bases loaded with 1 out. Isaiah's got 1 home run on the year, but we've seen him hit a few last year. As that pitch is high. 1-0 is the count. Yeah, I actually took one of Poff's cameras to last year's parade, Brian, and was able to get B-roll film for a parade recap that we did in the studio.
Oh, wow.
And that's foul tip into the catcher's glove, 1-1. No, it was really cool, except for carrying around a camera all day. In the heat, it was really hot.
Yes. People don't think that Oakland can get hot, but
it was that day.
Yes.
And that is hit, and staying fair, throwing over to home and getting the force. That was Connor Rudy charging in from first. So that's going to be 2 out, but the bases remain loaded as Verrett reaches. Yeah, I had an interview scheduled with Bonte Hill from 95.7 The Game, and unfortunately with the crowded conditions, and he was on the morning show, and he had to get back to the end of the parade for some interviews, I wasn't able to connect with him. However, we're supposed to meet at Oaklandish, and Q102 was there, so Mind Motion was spinning, and Chuy Gomez was emceeing, so I got to actually interview Chuy Gomez at the parade, which was really cool. Dotson is in the box now for Solano, and swinging on the first pitch, 0-1. Yeah, I didn't tell Poff I stayed out for quite a while after the parade, and that is in the dirt past ball. And that's going to score a run. That's Nick Roach coming in. So 12-4 now. Yeah, I promised Poff I was going to get a home right after the parade. I was out till 9 o'clock with a school camera. I don't recommend it. So 2 on and 2 out. 0-1 now to... Oh, excuse me. 2-1 now to Dotson. The 2-1 pitch misses, so 3-1 now. Melanie, so volleyball. Have you had a chance to do volleyball, and how was your first broadcast?
We don't speak of those times. Let's just say that one of us, not me, made a derogatory remark, and we got a letter sent to Poff, a very long email about us knowing what to use and what not to use on camera. And I think that as a broadcaster, you should know those types of things because not everybody gets offended over what you get offended by. So that broadcast was probably up for a day before we got that email.
I thought my first volleyball broadcast was rough because I don't know anything about volleyball, and it was a lot of silence. But that sounds pretty bad. So Nick Dotson was able to work his way into a walk. So bases loaded once again, and Cameron Michael steps in with 2 outs. Swung on and hit deep down right field, but foul and hitting off the top of the fence. Cameron Michael turned on that one just a little too quick, as that was a long foul ball.
Yeah, I think the wind also had a little bit to do with that as well, as that could have easily hit the foul line pole.
Yeah, I won't ask you to repeat the remark on this broadcast.
No,
it's been going very well today.
I wouldn't repeat it.
The 0-1 pitch. 0-1 pitch misses. 1-1 now to Michael.
It's a learning experience, and Poff really didn't chew us out. You know, he sat us down and was like, listen, ladies, I'm not going to yell at you, but make sure you watch what you say and get dialed in.
It definitely is a learning experience. You know, it's a lot of people don't realize that it's not easy to get up here and talk for as long as we have to talk, and you kind of have to expand your vocabulary as that pitch misses. So 2-2 now to Michael. You really kind of have to, because you don't want to get caught saying the same things over and over and over.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a little bit difficult to try to stay engaged and stay focused and not kind of let your mind wander.
Yeah, after that I realized color was not for me.
And that is hit foul, hard and foul out of play. So the count's going to say 2-2. Yeah, it's one of those things where color you have to talk about what has happened, and play-by-play you talk about what is happening. And yeah, I would say that both are pretty difficult.
My favorite person to watch other than Brian in a broadcast is Tristan Vector.
Okay.
He was so good at any sport. He would just come sometimes and just be talking up a storm. We'd be like, whoa, Tristan, how do you do that? He was like, I just know sports really well. You know, I've played almost every sport since I was little. He's in Detroit now playing hockey. But he was so great in the booth, in interviews.
So that's going to do it. Cameron Michael struck out to end the bottom half of the 6th. Coming back in the top half of the 7th, we're going to have Hamilton, Foster, and Jameson.
If you are interested in a career in sports broadcasting,
whether you're commentating a live game
or hosting your own TV show,
or working behind the scenes, then this is the class for you.
For more information, contact Greg Poff, that's me, at solano.edu.
We hope to see you here next semester, and remember,
it's more than just sports, it's an education.
Got a new pitcher for Solano. Looks like Anthony Ramos out there on the bump. And the first pitch from him to Kalen Morris, who's in now for Contra Costa. I'd like to say thank you to Melanie Fuller, who was in with us during the 6th inning. And I would like to welcome Wellington Balsley into the booth. How's it going, Wellington?
It's going great. It's great to be here. You guys are doing an amazing job today.
I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Any kind of compliments and lies, I will definitely take.
All year it's been money, from my angle.
Awesome, thank you. As it's a 2-1 count now to Morris.
Yes, Morris is really hoping to get things started for the Comets, trying to get some more hits.
And
as he swung on that one, making it an even count at 2.
And so, Wellington, have you gone through POF's program here at Solano?
No, actually, I haven't. But he's recruiting me a little bit, so I might try it next semester.
Well, you can't leave the booth until you make a commitment. Is that breaking ball doesn't break and goes behind Morris?
That's funny. I might try doing some football, though. We'll see. We'll see.
Football this fall, we cover Vacaville High School, which is a lot of fun.
Right.
3-2 count now to the Morris. And that is swung on and missed for a strikeout for Anthony Ramos.
Solano looks good today, huh? Holy smokes.
Absolutely. So, yeah, if you do join the program and in the fall, I think I'll be coming back to do those games with you.
That'd be awesome.
Unless I big time you guys and I bounce. But Darius Foster now in the box as we reach the top of the order for Contra Costa.
In the past, I never really had any interest in the communications, but as I've been doing announcing and talking more, it's really fun. So we'll see if I go down that path.
I would highly suggest it, as Foster looks on a pitch just outside, 1-0. Are there other sports that you're interested in besides football?
I love it. Basketball, baseball, football. I love all three.
There you go.
Yep.
Squaring around to bunt and taking that pitch on the inside corner to even up the count, 1-1.
Yeah, we're here with Wellington, and what many may not know is that you also PA announced for most of Solano's home games. How do you like that so far?
I love it. I love it. Well, I have an album out right now, so I get to, as a base hit in right field, that's a nice hit. But I get to advertise my album every game. So it works out.
So is this like a Christian rock album or some slow jazz? What kind of album you got?
Nah, I got a rap album.
There you
I got
go.
a rap. And if you're listening at home, it's called Welly Do That. Look it up on Apple Music or Spotify.
Yeah, good way to plug in your music here, especially on the broadcast.
Absolutely.
Speaking of shameless plugs, you can follow me, Stephen Babb, on Twitter at BabbSports. That's BABBSPORTS. Keeping on brand, I also have an Instagram page under that, a podcast under that you can find on iTunes, Apple. There you go. I don't have to spell it anymore. Another shameless plug. Thank you, Brian Nelson.
I'm going to have to check that podcast out, for sure.
Oh, let's wait for the next episode to come out. The first one was a little rough.
Okay.
And that pitch misses inside.
Michael Jameson is up to bat now for the Comets.
Good job there by Golden Soft to stop that. So 1-0 count now to Michael Jameson. We've got the speedy Foster over at first. We've already seen 3 stolen bases from Foster today.
If you notice, Ramos has that sidearm delivery. You don't really see it at the college level too much. Something he's been working on all year.
Yeah, it's definitely a little tougher for righties to kind of pick up, as that his arm does reach out pretty far behind the hitter. It's a 2-0 count now to Michael Jameson. We had a good vantage point of it here.
Absolutely.
And Foster's running. Golden Soft does not throw down. Nobody there to cover the bag. So that's going to be 4 stolen bases now for Foster.
On the game?
On the game.
Wow.
So that's going to be his 38th of the season.
Wow.
Which is just insane. He'll probably take third here pretty soon. 3-1 now, the count to Jameson. So where can we find your album? Is that on iTunes?
iTunes, iHeartRadio, Apple Music, Spotify. It's everywhere. It's everywhere.
And that pitch misses inside as Foster predictably does take third base.
Wow. And as someone that has stole 23 bases last year, I can tell you, getting over 30 is tough to do.
And he may reach 40 before today's over. He's going to bring up Casey Edmonds. Casey reached on a single and stole the base himself. Throwing down to second. Oh, and he's able to get him as he overruns the bag. Michael Jamison is out at second.
For the kids at home, that's why you slide right there.
Absolutely. So there's 2 outs now here in the top of the 7th. Edmonds still in the box. It's a 1-0 count to Casey. We got Foster over on third. And that is hit over to Priblinski. Priblinski throws over to first to end the inning. So that's going to do it here in the top half of the 7th. Solano leads 12-4.
Hi, this is Kyle Krebs, and thank you for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
So we're still here with Willie Dewitt, Wellington Balsley, as we look at Kyle Krebs step into the box. Oh, excuse me, Bryce Priblinski is stepping in. Bryce is 3 for 4 on the day with a single, a homer, and a double. That pitch is in the dirt, so 1-0.
Personally, I've never seen Bryce look this confident in the box. I would not want to be the pitcher right now.
He wants that triple. And that misses just low and just outside, so 2-0 the count now.
And that takes the cap off of him as well.
So one of the things that we're able to do here at Solano is we can have you come in for an interview. You can talk about your album if you'd like, and that pitch is swung on and missed, so 2-1 now. Next year, if you do decide to take Pop's program, which I really highly recommend, you can also use the studio to do your own shows. You can invite people in for interviews and really take advantage of all the resources here at Solano.
I'll tell you what, you're selling me.
No pressure. No pressure. That's a call strike 2, so 2-2 now to Pribs. So did you play baseball here at Solano as well?
Last year I played baseball in New Mexico.
Oh, New Mexico.
I'm a transfer, and I'm redshirting this season.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, so you'll see me out there next year.
That is another scud in the dirt, so the count's now full to Pribs.
So then how was playing baseball in New Mexico like for you?
It was different. The weather was a lot different. It wasn't like California weather, but a lot of talent out there, and it was a good experience to leave the state, experience what it's like to live in dorms and be on your own. And now I'm back with my mom, and I get to work hard and see where I go after. So
that's very cool. Full count, and that is hit down the left field line. It's going to drop fair. Bryce is going around, heading to second, and he's not going to make it as he tried to stretch that to a double. So a long hit, 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. That's going to bring up Kyle Krebs. Krebs is 1 for 4 on the day. His last at bat, he grounded out to the second baseman. The first pitch to Krebs is a breaking ball that hits the inside corner. So 0-1.
Tough call right there.
I don't want to say it because he can hear us, but yeah, that was a little bit of a tough call. And that is hit sharply into center field, but right there is Foster to make the catch. So far 2 up, 2 down, and it's going to bring up Gannon Goldensoft, the catcher for Solano.
Oh man, the Baby Shark song again, huh?
Oh my God, Gannon. I wonder if this is the R&B version that Jasmine was talking about earlier. I hope not. That is hit sharply into right field. It's going to drop in. Oh, and it's bobbled out there by Hamilton. Kyle Krebs will reach on a single. Excuse me, Gannon Goldensoft will reach on a single. God, that's number 5 today. 5 mistakes. I'm doing good. 5 mistakes. So 2 outs and 1 on for shortstop Alex Papard. So yeah, just a reminder, you can catch all of our broadcasts and in-studio shows and interviews. So that's filed back on YouTube by searching Greg Poff. That's GregPoff. And you can find my interviews and original programming on my YouTube. That's STEVENBABB. Shameless plug number 3 on the day, as we're in the booth with Wellington Balsley.
It's a must watch. That's what I've heard.
And you've probably heard that from the 6th people that have seen it. So tell us a little bit about your album, Wellington.
I'm new to music, so I'm getting better, as I'm going on. But I'm really proud of what I put out. It takes a lot of work to get a whole album out there, and so far the numbers aren't bad. Yeah, I got a song on there named 707, and it's probably doing the best so far, so it's exciting.
So I'm assuming you're from here in the 707 area code?
Absolutely.
What city?
Vacaville.
Okay.
Vacaville. I was raised in Vacaville and then transferred to New Mexico after my senior year, so.
And then what high school did you attend while you were in Vacaville?
Woolsey Wood.
Woolsey Wood? Okay.
Hope to do some of their football games next year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they got that great new stadium over there.
Yeah. They made that right after I graduated.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
0-2 count now to Alex Papard. Goldensoft over there at first. That is another pitch fouled off.
Battling right now.
Yeah, what I'm aware is that they'll play that Black and Blue Bowl game in that new stadium this year. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
As they've shared the Tom Zanino Stadium with the Vacaville Bulldogs for as long as I can remember.
Yeah, growing up, that was the worst, having our home games at another high school.
1-2 now to Papard.
Yeah, now have your own football field, able to work with your team there instead of going over to Vacaville's to play their games.
Exactly.
Yeah, I went to Vintage, where Vintage and Napa shared a football field.
Yeah. That's a nice field, though.
It is now. Not when I was there.
Oh, really?
Oh, how was that like, Steven?
I only walked around it. I never played football. Hey, I was out there during graduation, though. I can say that.
Mm-hmm.
You play any sports, Steven?
I played basketball and baseball growing up.
Nice.
Actually, I kind of played everything. The only thing I didn't play organized was football. Is that breaking ball doesn't break, and Papard's going to make his way over to first. Yeah, growing up, baseball, basketball, golf, martial arts, BMX. I rode motorcycles. I raced cars.
You were active.
Played
you were
soccer.
Very active.
I was. My mom would lock us out of the house, so there was no sitting at home playing video games. We had to just figure it out.
That's the best thing that can happen sometimes.
Yeah, I agree. Another cool thing about this program, if you play golf, as that is hit high into right field.
Does it have a chance?
And going, and to the wall. Hamilton wasn't able to get there in time. That's going to score 1, and that's going to score 2. As making his way over to third is Nick Roach.
He's showcasing why he's freshman player of the year, huh?
Yeah, on a triple. As I was saying before, I was so rudely interrupted by Nick Roach's triple there. our professor Greg Poff plays golf. So you know, may or may not, if you're a good student, have the opportunity to get out there and play around with Poff. You do have to pay for him, though.
Oh.
Score's now 14-4, Solano's advantage. That's going to bring up Hernandez. And that pitch misses, so 1-0 the count now. Hernandez walked in his last at-bat. And that is hit, a blooper, and right there was
Casey Edmonds with that great catch.
Our defensive substitute from about 2 innings ago. I should have known its name. And that's going to end the inning. But not before Solano can put some more up on the board. So 14-4 is their advantage. And we'll get ready to start the top half of the 8th inning right after this.
This is Nate McKay with the Solano College Update. If this is your first year in higher education and you don't qualify for a fee waiver, Solano Community College will refund all of your enrollment fees if you complete and submit a FAFSA or DREAMER application. As long as you finish with a C or better during the summer semester with 6 or more units and or 12 or more units in the spring and fall semester, you can get up to $1,500 back and $200 in bookstore credit. For more information, contact the Financial Aid Office at financialaid@solano.edu or call 707-864-7103. For Solano College Sports Network, I'm Nate McKay.
We start off the top half of the 8th inning. We've got shortstop Lucas Abbott stepping into the box. I'd like to say thank you to Wellington Balsley, who's back on the PA duties for the game today. And that misses, and Lucas is able to hold up, so 1-0 now. And that is hit right up the middle in the gap. So a leadoff single here for Contra Costa. And it looks like Eddie Vokes now on the mound for Solano.
Yeah, he's only had 3, making this one his 3rd appearance on the season. Does have 3 strikeouts, however.
And we've got number 17, Jalen Morris.
The freshman outfielder with only 4 hits on batting 160 on the season for the Comets.
And that pitch is in there. So 1-1 now to Jalen Morris. So Eddie Vokes on the rubber, and as you mentioned, this is his 3rd appearance. He does not have a win-or-loss record, 3.86 ERA. As Lucas will take second on a stolen base. So 2-1 now to Jalen Morris. And that is fouled back, 2-2. And that breaking ball just misses. So the count's now full to Jalen Morris. Not to be confused with Kalen Morris. who came in for Josh Hamilton in the 9 spot, and that is a strikeout for Eddie Vokes. That's going to bring up third baseman Ike Brown, who's 1 for 3 on the day today. So he's looking at a runner in scoring position on second base with 1 out. Pitch from Vokes, and that is fouled and out of play down the right field line.
So an 0-1 count for Ike Brown.
On deck is Connor Rudy, and that's hit up high into right field. Getting underneath it is Hernandez, and he makes the catch. Great job battling the sun there by Jorge Hernandez for the second out of the inning. It's going to bring up Connor Rudy.
Yeah, Hernandez was definitely battling the sun out there.
Rudy's 0 for 3 on the day with a strikeout. So the lefty steps in with a runner on second. Vokes looks in, gets set. And that is hit, but fouled on the left field line.
Yeah, and you know, Connor Rudy for the Comets today has really struggled going 0-3. So he would definitely like to get a hit going in this game today if he's given the opportunity to.
And that is a chopper right back to Vokes on the mound, who looks over to first and throws out the speedy Rudy, who was going to try to beat that out. But that's going to do it for the inning here. As we head into the bottom of the 8th, the Falcons are up 14-4.
What's up, y'all? I'm Cameron Michael. Thank you for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
So to start off the bottom of the 8th, we're here with the top of the order, Isaiah Verrett. Isaiah's walked, been hit by a pitch, reached on an error and a fielder's choice. Also popped out to left field as he looks at a first pitch called strike.
Yeah, he also remains hitless, but this time for Solano.
Looks like the shortstop, Lucas Abbas, has moved to pitcher. Ike Brown moved to short. Can't quite tell who's at third, and that is hit right to whoever's at third. He fields it cleanly and is able to just get the speedy Verrett at first. Looks like that's number 16, Matt Weiss. For Solano, Nick Dotson steps in. So Matt Weiss leaves the DH and moves over to third base. My scorebook looks horrible right now. Dotson looks it up. First pitch called strike.
Yeah, you know, a lot of defensive changes in the last game. I'm not too quite surprised by that, honestly.
That is popped up back and out of play, so that's going to even up the count 1-1 to Nick. Nick's got a couple singles, a sacrifice, and a walk. So it's 0-2 now. 0-2 now is the count. And trying to reach on that dropped strike 3. It's not going to work, so it's going to be 2 away for Cameron Michael. Cameron, of course, had that 2-run home run back in the second inning. Solano leads 14-4 here in the bottom of the 8th inning. We've got a second. I'd like to tell everyone that we have sophomores being recognized after the game today. So please stay tuned to the broadcast when the game is over, because that is fouled out of play. So when the game's over, we'll take a short break, and then we will come back and talk to some sophomores. The 0-1 pitch just misses low, even at the count 1-1. And that is in there for a called strike 2.
Yeah, just found the strike zone, despite it being a low pitch.
Wind has shifted and picked up again a little bit. Left to right is swung on and missed to end the inning. So a quick 3 up, 3 down for the Comets. They're going to come up with their final 3 outs to see if they can get something going here in the game, as the Solano Falcons lead 14-4.
Welcome to TV 55. In this hands-on class at Solano Community College, you will learn all aspects of television production, how to use high-end cameras, lighting, and audio equipment in the field and right here in the studio. Whether you are looking at making better YouTube videos, educational or promotional segments, or finding your creative passion, enroll today. Get an art school education at the fraction of the cost. Visit us online at solano.edu.
As we wind down in the game here, we've got a couple changes out there in the field for Solano. We've got Bobby Meadows playing the outfield out there, and we've got Kyle Krebs taking the mound. Some other changes I can't quite see because they don't have numbers on front of their jersey. And the first pitch from Krebs just misses. So we've got Matt Weiss, DH turned third baseman for the Comets. Looking at a 1-0 count. That is dribbled just foul. So again, real quick, we do have sophomores being recognized here after the game, so please stay tuned in our broadcast for that. While we got a second, a quick rundown of all-conference players. All-conference first team, we got outfielder Isaiah Verrett, infielder Kyle Krebs, and infielder Alex Papard. And that is hit to Papard there at short. Turns around to throw, and he doesn't get it. That was close. That was very close. That was Pribs just pulled his foot and we'll take another look at that. And what a great play there by Papard. And it was kind of hard to see there whether or not Pribs, who moved over to first, see if he pulled his foot or not. That was a great play there by shortstop Alex Papard. The count's now 1-1.
Yeah, it just was a really difficult throw from Papard.
Looks like it's Kalen Morris in the box, looking at a 1-1 count. Looking at a 2-1 count. So, again, just to continue, second team, we've got infielder Bryce Priblinski. So that's hit to Papard, and they're able to turn the 6-4-3 double play. And that looks like Isaiah Verrett's going to come in and be replaced by Brandon Herder.
Isaiah Verrett.
Give a hand for Isaiah, first conference all-team. Let me finish the all-conference list. All-conference infielder, second team, Bryce Priblinski. Also second team, Nick Roach, who was freshman pitcher of the year. Got two all-conference honorable mentions. That's Danny Zaldivar, you saw on the mound earlier, and Cameron Michael, who came up big in this game with a 2-run homer back in the second. Top of the order, we've got Darius Foster up for the Comets, and that pitch misses inside.
The speedy Darius Foster, who's 3 or 4 on the day with 4 stolen bases.
If he gets on, he has a shot at getting his 40th on the season. So a quick 2-0 count now to Foster. And that is a check swing, but right back to Krebs. And he throws over to Pribs at first to end the game. So that's our last game here at Solano College, calling the Falcons baseball team. And the Falcons are able to take this one from the Contra Costa Comets 14-4. And that's going to do it for the game portion of this broadcast. Please join us after this short break as we honor all the sophomores on the Solano Falcons baseball team.
Hi, I'm Alex Papard, and thank you for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
Hey y'all, it's Nick Roach. Thank you for watching Solano College Sports Network.
Guys and our sophomores today. First, I want to talk about some of the freshmen. This first freshman is a kid that is local from Armorio High School who transferred in after going to UC Santa Barbara. Came in kind of a surprise for us, had a really good year. Was frustrating to me at times, and those who are in the dugout understand what I'm talking about, but has a lot of tools, a lot of upside, a big future, bright future ahead of him. And he was first team all-conference fielder this year, Alex Papard. The next freshman was one of our top starters this year. Local kid from Wolsey Wood, played on my junior team for a couple years. He came in, played outfield, and pitched for us. He was the freshman Bay Valley Conference Pitcher of the Year, and he was second team all-conference pitcher, Nick Roach. Now with our sophomores, for those of you who don't know, I took last year off to deal with some family stuff, so a lot of these sophomores I wasn't able to coach for 2 years, and my one regret, these last few weeks was I wish I had these guys for 2 years. I think if I was here last year and got a chance to develop these guys, it would have been a lot different story. Also, I wish these guys were back here next year, but it is what it is, and these kids worked hard, and they got really better throughout the year. Our whole goal is to make sure they get better as people and players, and I think they did that, so I think we accomplished that. Granted, we want to go to playoffs, but I can sleep at night knowing these guys got better on and off the field. The first one to honor is Bobby Meadows, our sophomore from Fairfield High School. Bobby threw some great innings for us out of the pen, had some spot starts, had a great start on Tuesday against Yuba to get a win, and he's going to come play for me this summer. Bobby Meadows, great individual. The second one is bred into a family of an older brother who I was just totally in love with and recruited here. And I don't want to keep talking about the older brother, but this kid actually, as a person, worked harder than his brother did. I mean, even yesterday, we sat him yesterday in case we needed to pitch him. He's on charts. He's getting foul balls. This kid comes every day trying to be a good teammate, which is why he's going to be a huge success in life. On and off the field, business, going to school. This kid works his tail off, and I love him to death. Nick Dodson. This next kid was a guy I had my eye on, and when I took the year off, I didn't get a chance to really talk to him, and he came in. I was excited to see this kid pitch. In the fall, he was just going to be a reliever for us. We had some unfortunate situations where we had to pick some starters. This guy came in, and he had 2 bad starts the whole year, and the rest of the starts were really, really good, including his last start. If anyone doesn't know, he was the Northern California Pitcher of the Week last week for shutting down Marin and knocking him out of the first place spot for the conference. This kid is, when he's on, he is lights out. I'm excited for his future, and he's going to go and do big things next year. Danny Zaldivar. This next kid is, there's 2 guys on this team that I recruited 4 years ago. This kid we saw, me and Coach Bobby saw him his junior year at a tournament in Woodland when he was on Legion. We had our eye on him for years. He came in and, he had an unfortunate injury, and I was lucky enough to be able to coach him again. Again, another guy who frustrated me like crazy, but down the stretch just swung the bat. When he's hot, there's no one as good as him, and he saw it today, or proved it today. And, honorable mention, guy who could swing the heck out of it, and again, another guy with a bright future, Cameron Michael. This next kid, another third-year holdover. I went and saw him in the Bay Area, play a few times. Recruited him really hard. He came in the first year. Unfortunately, he for some reason, I've never seen a kid who the balls attracted more to his head than anyone else. This kid got hit in the head so many times, got concussions, had to sit out his first year, and lost it to injury. But even this year, he started off kind of slow and missed some days. Got to a point where he finally found his groove, got his foot down, started driving the ball like crazy. He's got a good bloodline with baseball. And, again, another guy I'm excited to see go to the next level and face some good pitching and put up some good numbers. He swung the hell of it down the stretch. Bryce Problinski, second team all-conference, Bryce Problinski. This next kid's a kid who transferred in from another JC. He's from out of state. We knew coming back we didn't have a lot of catchers, and he came in. He made some mistakes in the fall, but, the one thing about him is he never stopped working hard. We get on him, we kind of pushed him, yelled and screamed at him when we had to, but this kid worked hard every time. Never complained. Every time we needed him to do something, he did it. Works hard in the weight room, hard in the classroom. Turned in a really good last few weeks of the season, being a real good guy behind the plate. Gannon Goldensoff. This next pitcher was a honorable mention all-conference player. He, again, kind of similar to Danny, had some really good outings. Yesterday he was lights out against Napa. Comes in, turns the ball over, does a really good job hitting spots. Good makeup, good student, good kid. Again, he's one of the guys I wish I had for 2 years. But, last year when I decided, I was going to come back early, he came out to my house in Vacaville the day before I left for the summer, and we sat there for like 2 hours in my house. It was empty, vacant, no furniture in it, and just sat there and talked. I mean, the kid has just great makeup. That's the one regret I have. I wish I could have coached this kid for 2 years, but I'm happy for his future. He's going to do really well in the future. And we got Alex Clothier. This last sophomore is another third-year guy. He cost me more money trying to drive around to try to see him play. He's out of Nevada. I remember we played Folsom when they were in our league, and I drove to Reno the night before, went and saw him play, got food poisoning, had to drive back to play Folsom at Folsom. He had a lot of upside, and we recruited him as a catcher. He got hurt, and if I remember right, he got hurt getting out of his chair. Is that correct, Coach Rogers? Yes, he got hurt getting out of his recliner. He was going to be a guy for us his freshman year, got injured, and the one thing I was fortunate about when I came back was that at least I had him for another year because I felt bad that he was a guy I recruited and I wasn't here that second year for him. But I'm so happy he came in here. He was second in the league in RBIs overall, led all first basemen. He was 8th in the state in saves. Again, you only saw his 14th inning pitching this year. Great student. I mean, him and Isaiah worked really hard in the summer in the weight room the whole time, putting a lot of work. This is a kid I just really, really appreciated coaching. He never complained. He never, complained about anybody. He was just a guy who you could go to, a good team leader. These are one of the guys, when I'm done and I retire, I remember this guy forever, Kyle Krebs. This last kid was a kid who, we had him on our radar. We were recruiting, and I stepped down. And I got to actually, when I was teaching last year, I peeked through the fence and watched this kid play. A lot of athletic ability. You guys saw it today. He ended up leading the conference in putouts in the outfield with over 70. He's always asked for a day off because he played every inning out there. And finally, to my credit, I gave him one inning off and took him out in the last inning today. So, he didn't have to play every inning out there in the outfield. Super athletic, great student. academic honors every semester. Right now it looks like he might be going to UC Davis. This kid, again, has a ton of upside. I can't say enough about this guy. Great kid, great family. I mean, this is the guy you want your daughters to marry. This is Isaiah Verrett. I want to thank all the parents this year. Again, taking last year off was tough for me after being here for 17 years, going on 18. I just wish I had these guys for another year, but unfortunately that's the situation it was. But I'm happy about how we hit the skids after starting strong in conference. But these guys came back and worked hard. They never quit. Again, this is probably the best group I've enjoyed coaching when it comes to just people. They're good guys, good kids. They're going to have a lot of success when it comes off the field as well. And we're looking forward to next year as well. And we're going to work our tail off trying to get these guys out to the next level because they're a good group of kids. So I appreciate all the support coming back from the school, the administration, and all the parents. And again, look for us next year. We're going to be a force to be reckoned with. And again, these guys right here, they're a big part of it. So a big hand for these sophomores and the whole Solano College team. Come on out, everybody. Let's go.
What's up, fam? I'm Danny Zaldivar. Thanks for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
What's up, y'all? I'm Cameron Michael. Thank you for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
Hi, this is Kyle Krebs, and thank you for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
Welcome back to Solano College here at Billy and Louise Yarborough Stadium. I'm here with a few of the sophomores that are on the Solano Falcons baseball team. Right here we've got Danny Zaldivar, Cameron Michael, and Kyle Krebs. Now, Danny, you pitched today and you did a really good job out there on the bump. What was it like coming out here for your last game as a sophomore?
It was really emotional. It was, my last game with all these guys, and man, I love these guys to death. They're like from family to me. We started out not too good in the year, and like coming in on this 10-game winning streak, it just felt awesome with these guys.
Now, Big Cam out there, yeah, 2-run shot today, deep. Why don't you take us through that at bat?
I was just feeling good. I wanted to get a pitch that I could drive, and first pitch to that bat, he just left one up there, and I just put some good barrel on it, and felt good.
And was that your first home run of the year?
It was my first home run of the year, thank God.
That's awesome. Now, Kyle Krebs, I had an opportunity to see you a lot last year when I was covering games here. You've done a fantastic job out there on defense. And, you kind of came around there at the plate for a while. Why don't you take us through your sophomore season and what it was like to be out in the field for your last game today?
It was really good being on the field today, but I started off a little slow this season, which kind of was left a sore taste in my mouth, so I had to turn it back around eventually, and thank God it came. It helped the team out when won like 8 in a row, so it was good.
There you go. You're definitely a gamer, and it's been a pleasure to watch the three of you gentlemen this year here for the Solano College Sports Network. I'll be right back with a few more of our sophomores.
Hey, I'm Isaiah Verrett. Thanks for watching Solano College Sports Network.
Hey, it's Gannon Goldensoft. Thank you for watching Solano College Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Alex Collier. Thank you for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
3 more sophomores here. I've got Isaiah Verrett, Gannon Goldensoft, and Alex Clouthier. So Isaiah, I've had the opportunity to watch you and cover you last year, see you this year, and dude, you're just a stud out there in center field, and I really seen your offense pick up, and you're speedy on the bags. Why don't you talk a little bit about what it's like to be a sophomore here for the Falcons?
It was great. Honestly, last year we struggled, and I feel like this year we had a closer group of guys, and I don't know, it was just fun. Towards the end, we pulled it together, and I think we won 8 in a row. So yeah, it was fun.
And Goldensoft, this year we got to see you behind the dish an awful lot, and you've just killed it back there behind the plate. So why don't you just talk about what it's like to be a sophomore here at Solano?
Being a sophomore here at Solano, couldn't be any more what I expected. I came from a different school last year, and I was trying to come here and just play as hard as I could. I found a way just to get a lot more playing time than I did last year, and I couldn't be more happy.
And for your communications class, do you think you just got a good grade on this?
Probably not. Probably not.
So Alex, with your flowing locks, why don't you talk a little bit about your sophomore season here at Solano?
It was a lot of fun, to be honest. We had a small group of guys on the team, about 20 or less, so it was really cool to see all of our guys go out every day and compete and be really close instead of just having a ton of guys on the team.
Well, I wish the three of you gentlemen the best of luck going forward and whatever is next for you, and I appreciate being able to watch you guys play for the Falcons this year. So I was going to do it for these three. I think I got a couple more coming up right after this.
Hi, this is Nick Dodson. Thank you for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
I'm Bobby Meadows. Thank you for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Bryce Prablinski, and thank you for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
3 more sophomores. I've got Nick Dotson, Bobby Meadows, and Bryce Prablinski. So, Nick, I had the opportunity to see you play here last year, and I gotta say you definitely improved a lot out there on defense. Why don't you just talk about what it was like to start here at Solano and now end?
Starting here, I came in as a young 17-year-old, had a lot of guys above me that really helped me put in work, and it's just the outcomes helped me phenomenally. Just with every single person, even if they're here for half a semester, for the full year, or whatever it was, just every little bit helped me improve, and I'm thankful for it.
And Bobby Meadows, why don't you just take us a little bit through also what your sophomore experience has been like with the Falcons?
Well, last year we had a good group of sophomores kind of help us get into the swing of things for our regular season. And we were able to just take what they taught us last year and bring it to our game this year. And we were really, we started off a little slow, and we were just real happy that we were able to turn it up at the end of the year. Going on an 8-win streak at the end of the year, we were real happy about that. So,
yeah, you guys definitely crushed it here to end the season. And Bryce Prablinski, you jacked one out today. Why don't you talk a little bit about that?
Well, the last part of the season, I was really working on trying to get my numbers up, try to drive the ball a little more, and today I just wanted to jump on that fastball and take it as far as I can.
Now, I got to watch you last year and again this year, and why don't you just kind of talk about what it's like to end your season here as a sophomore?
It's a great feeling, honestly. Like Bobby said, we had some good sophomores last year, but this year with a smaller team, the older people really took initiative to try to make this as best as we can. And even though we didn't make playoffs like we wanted to, we wanted to finish strong and knock some people off, and that's what we did.
And finish strong, you guys definitely did. That's going to do it for our sophomores here at Solano College. For the Solano College Sports Network, my broadcast partner, Nate McKay, all the folks out there on cameras, my professor, Greg Poff, and my producer, Brian Nelson, and everyone that joined us in the booth. It's been a fantastic season here for the Solano Falcons, and we look forward to bringing you more action next year.